Okay, Baruch Hashem, we left off on page 201 and number 4, talking about how are the feathers of cooked poultry considered in terms of their removal, and what comparison is made regarding shearing. So we said about plucking, actually, right? About the laws of gozes. So if you remember last time we spoke about that a person is not allowed to detach a feather from a chicken, from an animal on Shabbat. Now the problem is of detaching or plucking really the feathers is not only to a chicken that it's alive, even to a chicken that it is dead. Even that is considered to be as gozes. One of the 39 laws that we're not allowed to do on Shabbat, the Oraita, to do gozes for a live or dead chicken. That's the Chidush here. However, Rabbi Avad Yosef says that this restriction only applies to things that they are attached to the follicle of the hair. Whenever you are detaching the follicle of the hair, the feather from the follicle, that's called gozes on Shabbat. Lo alenu lo alechem. This is Sudoraita. However, Rabbi Yosef says the feather in a cooked poultry that are considered already as removed, and it would be considered hair from a, so they're considered to be already as removed. Therefore, there is no laws of gozes. A person is served the chicken on Shabbat, and the chicken has a little bit hair. And this hair, you know, Daniel, you ever saw the chicken keeping the Omer? 39, 34 days? No, you never saw chicken keeps the Omer? Counting Omer, you never saw? It's a big beard. Sometimes you're being served the chicken, there's like those hairs, right? So those hairs are, but I should know, it's not hairs, it's the tips of the feathers. When you pluck the feathers, there's certain tips sticking out with it. So it's not like, oh, this chicken, kosher chicken, they're not kosher, look how dirty they are, or how they serve us with this type of chickens, right? People complain about this type sometimes. So you should know that's nothing to do with kosher level, it has to do with how good the machine cleaned the chickens. The machine that the Goyim or the Jews have the same machine, right? So the Goyim running it through hot water. That's why the hot water is able to remove it thoroughly because it softens the thing. The Jewish people are not allowed to run it through hot water because it didn't go through the process of salting. Melicha, right? You're not allowed to do eating chicken if you didn't do salting to it. So if you put it in the hot water, you're cooking it right now before the salting was happening. So that's why they're going through a cold water system. And the cold water system, not plucking usually that small hairs that come out when you pluck the big feather out, that there's a small hair that is coming out of there also. And that hair is many times people leave on their chicken whenever they eat. Now, because it's already cooked, it's not considered to be as a isur. It's already not.
Even the Rabbanan is allowed.
Huh?
Even the Rabbanan there is no isur.
Right. Even with the Rabbanan, there is no isur. Exactly. And the reason is because once you cook it, the follicle already loosen up from the cooking process. Okay, clear? So the feather is cooked, and the feathers in cooked poultry are considered as already removed, as due to the cooking. I mean, it's already clear, no? Cooking process. Loosened it up. How should I spell it? Loosen it. Loosen. No? Loosens. How do you spell loosens? Double O?
Yes.
Double O?
Yeah.
Loosens.
Yeah.
Okay, I found it. Due to the cooking process, because the cooking process loosens the attachment of the feather. B-E-K, because the cooking process loosens the
feathers, that's it.
Feathers. Okay? Very good. So therefore, you're allowed to remove them on Shabbat, and it's not considered to be as you are gozez, as you are placking on Shabbat, because it's already got so loosened up whenever you cook that chicken. Therefore, it's allowed. Bottom line, to remove that hair, no problem. Okay? Number 5. And the skin of a... Okay, number 5 is, how does the treatment of scalded donkey skin related to the laws of impurity, and what does this imply about the application of placking laws, gozez laws? Did you ever think about how the connection of the donkey skin has to do with the laws of placking, gozez on Shabbat? Would you ever connect the two? But the Rabbi Yosef did. Look how he did it. He said, what's the proof that there is not considered to be already as attached anymore after the cooking? The hair is not attached anymore.
Of the donkey?
No, the hair of the feathers of the chicken is not considered to be already attached. What's the proof of that? So it says in number 5, and the skin of a donkey that has been cooked is susceptible for tumat ochalin, impurity of that rests on food. Tumat ochalin.
That was cooked?
If it was cooked, skin, it's not an edible thing. But if you cooked it, it became edible. If I give you a chicken skin, you're not going to eat it. If I give you a cow skin, you're not going to eat it. But if I cooked it, you'll be able to eat it. If people eat chicken skin, people eat sometimes the other animal skin together with their meat. It goes. It's not so bad. It's edible. So it says Rambam that if a person is cooking the skin of a donkey is mekabel tuma. It's susceptible for tuma. So it says tuma is impurity. Yeah. So it says if it is an edible thing, it is susceptible for tuma. Ochalin. If it's not edible thing, it's not susceptible for tuma. So it says a donkey's skin that you cooked it is susceptible for tuma. So you see the cooking process changed the status from a regular skin to food. So you see the problem of placking on Shabbat applies to feathers from skin. But once you cooked it,
It's food. It's not
the skin changed the status to food. And the laws of detaching or placking, gozez, does not apply to food. Got it? It's like a person is taking the apple's piece of wood. How do you call this thing? Stamp, it's called? The apple stem? The wood, the piece of wood that you have there? Apple stem, it's called? When you remove that stem, you have no problem of placking on Shabbat. Right? Why not? Because the apple that was already detached from the tree is considered to be food. So then the laws of detaching gozez does not apply to a detached food.
So if you take off the stem, it's not...
There is no problem of gozez. Got it? Clear? Very good.
It's not considered separation on Shabbat, right?
Correct.
How does the skin of donkey, if it's edible, where does it give tuma or chalin?
So it is ochalin once you cook it. Oh. Thank you so much. Why?
Good.
Looks very good.
Yeah,
Thank you. Can you bring forks also for the guys? Por favor?
No, not here?
I think
I don't know if they have. Forks, plates. So guys can enjoy. Mahmoud. Kaif kalkun.
It's all enjoyed, huh?
It's a good meat. Beit Yosef. Rabbi told me it's good.
From here, it looks like the pastries they give us.
No, it's not pastry. What Bukharian you are? Go pastry. This is not Paris for
He
you.
bought us pastry.
This is not French for you.
Yeah,
This is Bukharian food.
Rabbi, let me ask you this. I'm sorry. What's the bracha for?
Rice cakes?
Yes.
It depends the way they make it, but usually they first cook it, and then they are compressing it. Sometimes they just puff them
Done.
from a raw form to puffing form. They don't cook it. So it depends if it is puffed, adama. If it is cooked, mezonot. To be secure, you can say adama. In both cases, you'll be good.
Okay.
If you don't know. If you know the process, then say mezonot if it's cooked.
And it's kosher for Passover, so I'm pretty sure there's no wheat here.
Right, so just say adama. Bore, peri, adama. I don't want, I already Had, thank you.
This is like a Google.
I asked them to bring it to you
Yeah,
guys.
this is Google.
They said, let's bring the class there. I said, over there, you're not going to learn.
Yeah, there you go.
There's going to be a lot of people, alcohol. It's easier
A lot of
when...
people there?
Usually, people that they have alcohol next to them, it's hard
Danny, you
to
want?
teach them.
What's in
Yeah, give them.
It's good.
Enjoy it, it's very good. The chef over there is delicious.
Oh, wait,
No,
what?
it's
Cooks delicious, huh?
French fries,
Is that what it is?
carto-
Is this the Orthodox
potato
place?
with the
There is a new Bukhari restaurant here.
It's Orthodox, right?
Part of the
No, it's that's
banquet hall.
banquet hall over here. That was.
2 doors down.
Okay. Ah, okay.
Yeah. It became part of the Bukharian
But
restaurants.
that Chinese building is actually after that. Oh, after that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I'll take some onions too.
Take,
No,
пожалуйста,
no,
take.
I didn't know.
I don't want, I already ate.
Yeah, there's just that thing there is.
No, I can't take from the Rebbe's plate. It's not respectful.
God bless you.
Unless you give me a bracha, of course. Something else.
enjoy.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, let's go. Why do you think he's so skinny? Keeps himself in shape. Doesn't eat after a certain hour, doesn't... Huh?
I mean,
You keep yourself healthy.
That guy is Simpas.
Yeah.
Is this from Simpas?
No, it's
Okay, continuing.
No, but I'm saying the guy that bought the food is Simpas at the people.
Yeah. He's talking about the restaurant, Simcha Palace.
Okay, implying that it is considered halachically like meat to which the act of gozes plaking does not apply. So once you cook the skin, it became susceptible for ochalin's tuma, impurity of it.
so you could get some more?
Right, it's susceptible for such a thing. It could get. So,
okay.
like
I thought
the
it
meat
I thought it gives off too much.
to which the act of gozes plaking does not apply. Okay? The Rambam wrote that gozes plaking applies to hair that he will need, and there is also no need to purify the skin. Right? That he will need, unlike our case. So it says, gozes applies to hair that he will need, unlike in our case, that he does not need the hair, the feathers. Right? You're not going to use those feathers, you're going to throw them out to the garbage. And there is also no need to beautify the skin. And therefore, it is permitted. Where gozes applies, whenever you either need the feathers or the hair that you detach, that you're plucking, or gozes will apply whenever you need the skin that you left under the hair to make it smooth. Over here, you don't need any of it. It's not there to beautify that skin long term. Means to say you're gonna do it right now and das vidanya, and you're gonna throw it out, eat it. The hair, the feather is gonna throw out, and the things they're going to eat. So because of that, there is no problem of gozes. Therefore, bottom line, Eliyahu John, a person is allowed to detach, to remove the small hairs from the chicken after it was roasted or boiled or cooked, any of these forms, is no problem of gozes. No problem of plucking. Yeah, Yoshua, it's clear?
Yeah.
Yeah? Very good. Yoshua is Levi, you know that. Yeah, if you have a coin, he's going to wash his hands.
I'm Levi too.
You also Levi? I didn't know. Okay, very good. Next. Is it permitted to sort silverware? So if you remember last time we spoke about that there is a difference between borer, selecting, versus sorting. Memayen, remember? I told you it's two different things. So here we got to that page. I told you we're going to learn it later. Here's that page. It's page 204. Right now we're talking about that page number 204. So says Rav Ovadia, it is allowed to sort silverware because some say that selection applies, borer I should write, applies only to ground produce. So that's their first reason why selecting. You know, your female in the house, whoever it is, sometimes the man also does it. The guy that washed the hands, that washed the dishes, doesn't matter who, the person that washed the dishes, he has in his hands all the spoons and forks and everything right now, right? After he washed it. You know, he picked it up, he wants to put it back inside the cabinets, each one to its compartment, I should say, right? So the question is right now, borer, you're taking that spoon and you're putting it inside the compartment of the spoons. You're taking the fork and putting it in the compartment of the forks. What about borer?
So it's not allowed?
What are you going to say? Rabbi, I am borer what I want for whatever I don't want. No, really over here, everything is not something you want this or you don't want that. Everything is on the same level, same preference in your eyes. Bechor? איפה אתה? Bechor, John. Bechor, your mazal is when you come, Amir comes with you. It's duet.
Good connection.
Duet. You know what duet is?
Yeah, Chag song.
The rabbi had a birthday party.
Your birthday?
No, the rabbi of the shul. He had a birthday party. So we went to say Mazal Tov to him, and they gave me toast. When the Bukharians.
Чего так сердце не радует, как глоток приятного вина кошерного.
Да?
Сердце радует.
Да? Okay.
Остальные напитки нет.
So now you're not gonna drink anymore остальные напитки?
Но я только стараюсь на шаббат пить вино и все. А
Да.
так вот мерзли, наливают, тебе нет скажешь.
Ага. Они виноваты, да?
Ну, я с вином прихожу. Не получается.
So now Bechor. Oh Bechor. A person washed dishes. Shu, he helped his wife, he washed the dishes.
Сюда пойдем, Арви читай. Наверное, скажите.
Can you put the spoon in the compartment of the spoon, the fork in the compartment of the forks, and the knives in the knives? You're washing it at Friday night, separating it at Friday night. Are you going to use this spoon and fork only Saturday morning, Shabbat morning? What about borer? You separate it now. I use it. What happened to borer?
Но это как считается как продолжение вашей руки, как
Why, Bechor John?
это же туз, продолжение вашей руки.
So Rabbi Yosef says the first reason why it's allowed, if you remember, we had a debate. The laws of borer applies to things that grow from the ground or no? Or to everything else also? Gidule karka.
One separated, no?
Huh?
Separated?
If a person, where is the origin of borer? Remember? The plants that they needed to color the Yeriot HaMishkan, the covers of the Mishkan. Those plants, they were mixed with rocks after they picked up, put it inside the kosa, inside the bowl. And then they needed to separate the rocks out. Remember? That's borer laws, nachon?
For what?
So-
For painting or?
No. They needed the color to paint the Yeriot. And to derive the color, they needed the plants. So plants, I think, grow from the ground. So Rabbi Yosef says, we see from here that laws of borer only applies to things that grow from the ground. Nachon? That's one reason. We said that this reason has machloket, debatable. But we combine more reasons. So now, Bechor, forks and spoons, they are things that grow from the ground or no?
No.
No. They are made out of metal that is formed in the ground, but does not grow from the ground. Nachon? So therefore it's not gidule karka. And we just said that according to many opinions, the laws of borer only applies to things that they grow from the ground. This forks and spoons does not grow from the ground.
So you can separate different colors.
According to this opinion, yes. So that's one reason to combine.
А если деревянные ложки, деревянные вилки,
That also does not grow.
дерево гроб.
Maybe. I don't know. Real deriva? What, you have real forks?
Yeah, wooden. They make like serving spoons.
That's only one. What else you have made out of wood? You're not gonna have spoons and forks and knives that they are very similar made out of wood. Maybe only in Bechor Torah, but in our Torah,
Not allowed.
Moshe Bechor. Okay, so that's the first reason. Number two reason: do we rule according to the rabbis of Rabbi Yehuda regarding threshing with ground produce? Gidule karka.
שהכל שרות.
I said a geffen. When you say a geffen, you're not supposed to say already shakol.
When you say
So if you say shakol, have me in mind. Chavod.
have me in mind also.
שבת או נפטרים. ברוכתו אדוני אליכם למלחרום, שהכל יהיה בזמן.
Amen. Okay.
Why not make a guffin?
Huh?
On Shabbos, you can make a guffin before Challah. When they make a moitzi, okay, my question is, okay, Challah covers the water, but why you can't make water?
So the Gemara says, Masechet Brachot, the bread is the king of all foods, the wine is the king of all drinks.
Oh, really?
So it covers, so a guffin is like a moitzi for the liquid?
Exactly, yeah.
According to
So why did I ask Bechor still to cover me? Because I said a geffen in the banquet hall.
So you had in mind.
But I took the wine with me over here. So is it considered to be the status of Olchet Drachim, of carrying from place to place your food?
If you already had in mind to bring.
So one opinion says in mind. Another opinion says even if you didn't have that in mind, if the food you said bracha on goes with you, so the food is Olchet Drachim. So because it's machloket, I didn't want to say, if I'm not supposed to say I given on this, the water goes underneath that, the chai. But if I'm changed the location and I'm supposed to say I given again, I will be also supposed to say shakol because it's not covered the given. So since it's based on a debate, machloket, we have a rule bechor. Anytime you have machloket, safek, brachot, lakel. However, if somebody can cover you without any problem, like bechor can do the job for you, why not? It is allowed because you heard the bracha, you did not say the bracha. Got it?
So if he didn't cover you, you'd have to say shakol?
No, I would have a safek if we say shakol or not. So because I have a safek brachot. Okay. Anytime you have a doubt regarding a bracha, we go lenient. If Bechor has a safek, did I say asher yatzar after the restroom or no? Would Bechor say second time asher yatzar or no?
Go to bathroom again.
No? You're not going to help it because after going to bathroom, you're going to have to say two times already according to Maran. So the second blessing is only going to cover the second time. What about the first one? The first one still has a doubt. So what's the bottom line is, anytime you have a doubt regarding a bracha, we go lenient. Safek, brachot. Okay.
Or say it without saying Hashem.
Okay, that's not going to be so valid. The Maran Masechet Brachot in Daf Mim says, Amar Rabbi Yochanan, Kol beracha, any bracha that does not have Hashem's name, ena beracha, does not count like a bracha. So to say bracha without Hashem's name, Hashem in mind, this doesn't count as a 100% bracha. Or only according to Rambam, it counts Hashem's name in the mind. It's called Hirur Kedibur Dame. But it's not halacha. Shulchan Aruch did not pass it like that. So therefore, bottom line, a person has a doubt. He should not say the beracha, not with words and not with mind. Don't have no obligation to do so. If you want to be mahmid, like you say, beseder, have in mind God's name. Baruch ata melech haolam she'akol niya bidvaro, like this.
Why
Understand?
he does bench and then make hamotzi, then there's no machlokas.
Okay, now bench, bring bread, bring all these things. You know, it's a lot of work.
The Baharians are well known for making food.
Okay, I said it. Okay, back to us now. Do we rule according to the rabbis, I should say, Chachamim? Chachamim unevonim Ohavei Hashem Yireh Elokim אנשי אמת זרע קודש בה השם דבקים. Bechor, you know that song or no? Huh? It's a prayer. It's a prayer, Bechor, that we say, may Hashem grant us, give us a bracha, that our children and our grandchildren will be chachamim in the Torah, in all melechet HaKodesh, and all the things that has to do with the holiness. We all have to earn parnasah. You, your children, your grandchildren, you can earn parnasah doing goyish things. You can earn parnasah doing Jewish things. So you say, even if a person has to go out to work, try to work within the Jewish world. That's what we pray in that song. It's a very beautiful song. It's high notes, very high notes. Okay, do we rule according to the Chachamim or Rabbi Yehuda regarding threshing? The threshing is dash. Dash. With גידולי קרקע. גידולי קרקע.
What each rabbi hold?
Huh?
Chachamim hold it.
So Chachamim hold the laws of dash does not apply to things that does not grow from the ground. Rabbi Yehuda holds it does. How do we hold? And do we derive the laws of borer or winnowing from their dispute, from their machloket? Are they, this is the laws of dash, which is threshing. Is that applied to the laws of borer, selecting? Oh no, that's the question. Bechor,
So the machlokit is by threshing.
right. Is there dash in Gidule Karka only or in other things also? That's debatable. Bechor, do you know what the laws of dash is?
What dash?
Dash is whenever you press something and something else comes out of it. If you remember, we learned about milk of a lady, of a cow.
yeah,
Remember this?
yeah.
Squeezing grapes, squeezing oranges, all these things. This is the laws of dash on Shabbat. Shalom, John, there's a lot of food here. Take, it's chabad. Clean. Enjoy. Bechor.
День рождения.
Bechor.
Бывает.
Now, this laws of dash applies to things that grow from the ground or to things that does not grow from the ground also.
Down from the ground also.
Huh?
Not from the ground also.
So that's a machloket. Debate. Spor. Between rabbis, Chachamim, and Rabbi Yehuda. Machloket. Bring the Gemara, we'll sit inside. I believe it was on page 75.
Which one second?
Shabbat.
Okay. We believe you.
You know, he's going to read.
You squeeze toothpaste on Shabbat?
Toothpaste?
Yeah. Like,
Toothpaste?
yeah.
So that's exactly the question. Toothpaste grow from the ground?
No.
No. So the laws of dash, squeezing, applies to things that does not grow from the ground or no? Right. That's another point, that it's not natural source. Thank you. In Amud Aleph, I think. Yeah. Come near, you don't почитай. Tanu Rabbanan. Yatzat Chilazon. A person that caught, you know, Bechor, the blue string, we have in tzitzit?
Yeah.
If a person, it comes from a certain fish,
Yes.
this tchelet. If a person catches this on Shabbat,
Okay.
and, you know, the more the blood is running in that fish, the more drops of blood kind of come out. If you kill it, if you shecht it, what blood comes out, sure, it's going to be a few kapilki and that's it. But if you are cutting a little bit of it, yon kravit is bleeding. Now this bleeding, the body makes more blood, because it didn't die. So you don't want to kill it.
Yeah.
So you squeezing that blood out, squeezing that blood out, squeezing that blood out. At the end, the fish is going to die. How many violations did you do by catching that fish on Shabbat? 1 or 2? Killing it and squeezing it,
Also separating it, trapping it.
or just killing it.
One.
That's a machloket. Gemara says,
הצד, חילזון והפציעה.
person that caught that fish on Shabbat and sliced it a little bit. No, I said punctured it.
punctured, yeah.
Yeah, punctured. Go ahead.
אינו חייב אלא אחת. רבי יהודה אומר חייב שתיים.
Oh, so Rabbanan say, "Eno chayav ela achat." For what? For tzad. Rabbi Yehuda say, no, you chayav shtayim. You are liable for 2 avirot. For catching it and for squeezing it. Rabbi Yehuda opinion. Achachamim chogavariat?
Token killer.
Only for trapping. When you trap it out of the water, that's you also chayav. שהיה רבי יהודה אומר פציעה, by slicing it, בכלל דישה, it's considered to be threshing, because you're taking that, by doing that, you making the blood come out of the body. So it's like you taking the juice come out of the fruit. אמרו לו, they told him, חכמים told him, אין פציעה בכלל דישה. אמר רבא, מה איתמא דרבנן? כסברי, אין דישה, אלא לגידולי קרקע. The laws of dash only applies to things that grow from the ground. Fish does not grow from the ground. Famided bechor. So now we're going to learn how do we hold halacha? Like Chachamim or like Rabbi Yehuda? Chachamim say dash, threshing laws, only applies to things that grow from the ground. Chachamim say. Sorry, I didn't say right. Chachamim hold it doesn't apply to things that grow from. No. Chachamim said it applies only to things that grow from the ground. That's what I'm to say. Как я сначала сказал. Rabbi Yehuda says it applies to even fish that does not grow from the ground. Good? Now, this machloket linked to borer machloket. Selecting. Right? We have 39 laws on Shabbat. One of them borer. Another one is dash, threshing, but they're squeezing katoli. Right?
Why they're linked?
So we're going to see why they're linked. So if you're going to say halacha is like chachamim, that the laws of dash doesn't apply to things that does not grow from the ground, so then the laws of borer also doesn't apply to things that does not grow from the ground. So then putting the spoons and the forks and everything in the place, in their compartment, is not a problem. You're doing it Friday night, you're going to eat from it Shabbat morning, it's not immediately. Well, there's no problem, not immediately. Why? Because the laws of the borer does not apply to that altogether. Famidim? Clear? Mr. Iranian?
I spaced out.
Both space out. The Habib, it is the meat. It goes to the head.
So we use the suffix of a kaf or whatever is not.
Right.
growing
Right. So right now, Rabbi Yosef is going to build.
because of Rabbi Yehuda?
No, because Chachamim. Rabbi Yehuda says it does apply to fish.
So because they said it doesn't apply
Chachamim
to
disagree with Rabbi Yehuda.
So we use their opinion.
For
And
the
then
laws
combine
of
it.
dash, link it to the laws of borer with the spoons and the forks. Got it? And soon you're going to see how the link
What
happened.
does that have to be squeezing? What are we squeezing in the spoons?
Because they're linked.
Because the laws of them are linked. They're separate laws, but the way we pass in,
Because squeezing from something that is not growing from the ground doesn't apply. So
very good.
they come over here and to say
So to borer,
maybe
so to borer
but what's
does
the
not
link?
apply to
But
things
how?
that is not from the ground.
But how do you compare?
Soon you're going to see
apples
how they
oranges?
compared, how they linked. But that's what Rabbi Yosef said, they are linked. For now, take it as a given. Soon you're going to prove the given. Got it? Levi John, you got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Chazak? Very good.
It's chazek.
Yesterday you said it? Chazak, chazak, nit chazak. Yeah, I thought you Ashkenazi, no?
They didn't know. I went to Belgravia.
No, the Ashkenazim say chazak, chazak,
Chabad.
venit chazak.
You don't say?
I didn't say it's written in Bukhari and Minagim and Sephardi Minagim. I just say people should do it, but it's not written by us.
But I got.
By the Ashkenazi Chumash art scroll, they have it over there. Chazak, chazak, venit chazak.
So all the Ashkenazi and semi-Ashkenazi will yelled at me because I said, according to Rabbi Wadi, right now Shkia is 4:48, and then Set HaKochavi, winter time, whatever, it comes up to like 4:59, let's say 5 o'clock. So we can break the Tani, we don't have to repeat Shema after 5 o'clock, everything is done. They said, no, you this, you are wrong, Rabbi Wadi is wrong, everybody's
So Rabbi is wrong. So if somebody tells Rabbi is wrong, what's the point of arguing with him?
They said, Set HaKochavim 5:33.
It's like somebody gonna tell you right now there is light outside. It's dark outside, tells it's light. There is a point to argue.
I showed them calendar, I showed them.
You say, listen, what's your name? Reuven, Ben, Rivka. Fuah shelema.
Then I showed them cage, the cage, you know the app? They're like, oh, these apps are machines, all wrong.
Uh-huh.
I said,
The apps are AI.
I said, but it's according to
Ay, 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 ay,
And
ay.
then I went showed them I said, do you agree
So,
that
Rabbi
Ben
Yosef, let's go.
Hashemashur is 13 and a half minutes and in winter is less and in summer is more? They said yes, but this doesn't make sense for Saturday to be at 5. I said, why? It's 11 minutes. It doesn't make sense. They said, no, you're wrong. I said, I walked out. I have a good day.
So, you took them to Atzala? Told them Fuah shelema or no?
Even Hatzal, I can't help them.
So,
They need
number
to be
2.
serious.
We do not rule according to Rabbi Yehuda. Rather, we follow Rabbanan. Bechor famidit.
Oh,
Halacha kakidjot?
Rabbanan.
Rabbanan. Rabbanan choeta? Chachamim. Right? The rabbis. The what? That the laws of threshing does not apply to things that does not grow from the ground. Бехор, это понятно или нет?
Да, да.
Я знаю, вы чуть-чуть там покушали, чем еще что-то было. Вы со мной?
Я всегда с вами.
Борослав, it's a nekunet, Rabbi
What's
Bechor.
threshing again?
Threshing is the laws of squeezing. When you-
Расслабился.
okay, who disagree and hold that the Shah, threshing, only applies to things that grow from the ground. The same, huh?
Something else would.
And the same applies to the melacha of borer.
How different is it from Sechita?
Same thing. That's a sechita, which is squeezing.
Not to be the guard.
The reason why it applies only whenever laundry is involved.
Через 5 минут пойдите вот туда в ресторан.
Things that people launder. Launder? Wash. That's why to paper, it doesn't apply. Why? If Bechor wants to clean the table on Shabbat, I told him, take Windex, take paper, and wipe with that.
What paper?
Take paper towel.
So like Bounty.
Bounty. Why is that allowed? Why regular trapka in your sink, regular rag, it's not allowed. A paper, it is allowed.
Squeeze.
So Bechor says like this, because you're gonna squeeze the trapka, right? The rag. What's the problem? It doesn't grow from the ground, this trapka.
Rabbi, he used
Well,
bounty.
squeezing doesn't apply to things that doesn't grow from the ground. The answer is squeezing is also belonged in a different category called laundry, because after Bechor or his wife doing laundry,
Squeeze.
they squeeze that. So squeezing applies to two places in the laws of squeezing and also applies in the laws of laundry. In the laws of squeezing only applies to things grow from the ground, but in the laws of laundry, it applies to laundry. Laundry doesn't grow from the ground, it still applies because of the outer melacha, not because of the first melacha.
So not Windex, but can you just do with water? Can you soak the Bounty?
Yeah.
Clean the table and then
You could.
throw it to garbage.
Yeah, yeah.
So it doesn't mean the same thing. Bounty, I mean meaning water or Windex.
Windex,
same
yeah,
thing.
just what people use, usually it's Windex.
Just don't do
Water
the rag.
does not kill bacteria. You want to kill the bacteria also, you see.
So no rag, but Bounty, anything that is disposable is allowed.
The word disposable, it's not the right word, it's something that it is not being washable.
Wash.
People don't wash it. Where people ever put Bounty paper inside the laundry machine? Never. Even the Iranian people.
Now,
The
let's
going
say-
one.
Let's say there was a stain on the cloth. Now, not washing it, but there is a spray similar to there's a spray called Shout. It's just a stain remover. Can you spray on it without touching the cloth? You just spray and let it sink. That's it.
No.
After Shabbat, you're not doing it. All you do, you spray. The water just.
There is concept called shriato, zeu kibuso, soaking something in something else, even if it's not drenching soaking. You just got it wet. It's considered to be laundry.
So a mop is not washed.
Huh?
A mop. Are you soaking it, dipping it in water, is considered washed?
Mopping? What again? Say what?
Mop.
What about it?
That you also won't be able to do on Shabbat.
Пойдите в ресторан,
If you're gonna squeeze it,
But if you don't,
Зачем?
but if they have
Настить.
this thing where you press the pedal,
and it spins, that's also considered to be squeezing.
really?
Yeah. Squeezing doesn't have to be this way. Poskim say if a person has a suit and outside it was raining or snowing, he's not allowed to do that. Why not? Because the water that was absorbed in the garment is going to be squeezed out. But he's not squeezing it in the full regular form. He is forcing it out of the garment. Any way you force out the wool liquid out of the garment, by spinning it, by hitting it hard against something, by actually wrinkling it, and all the three versions is considered to be squeezing on Shabbat.
Even your housekeeper can do it.
Even
The housekeeper.
Go.
you goyim. No, goyim, you have no problem what they do. They could have do it with a bounty paper, and for their comfort, they use the map. So this concept called in halakha, they do it on their own idea. Ada'ata de nafsheka avid. Okay. Что-то Бехор сегодня didn't ask me for parasha.
Я молчу.
I was waiting for Bechor. Давай. Parasha.
You never found your thing?